What up, boys? It's your boy FPL Josh, and welcome to another live stream. Today we're going to just be comparing some Opta data on Sofa, as well as looking at the fantasy team, which the current team, if we pull it up, is this, and obviously Trippier will be benched for Matty Cash. The reason behind my benching Trippier for Matty Cash, it's nothing really mad. It's more just a simple case of I'll pull up FPL team quickly. It's more just a simple case of me going with the flow, I suppose. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because everyone's gonna have to. So we're gonna build the team exactly what we've got on here, because this team has not been done. So this is my current wild card. So we're gonna go Henry here. By the way, boys, I do recommend playing Trippier. The only reason I'm playing Matty Cash is because I've generally just got an inkling that Matty Cash is going to outperform Trippier. It could massively backfire against me. I'm taking pretty much just a bullet and just going with the flow. I'm just hoping that Matty Cash pays off. Hold on, let me just check what I've got in the team again. Right, so we also have got... Sorry, put Cash there. And then we've also got, obviously, Matoma and McAllister. We've got 2.8 left in the bank, I think, after everything's done. So, for now, I wouldn't bother touching. It's going to be a lot different. Who do we have at the bottom? We also had Watkins here. I do reckon I'm not going to have Haaland today. I'm probably going to flog Haaland for Harry Kane. So that probably will be my team. But I'm obviously going to have Tony captain. I've also got Matoma on. And as well I've got Odegaard out for McAllister. And I've benched Saka. Statistically speaking, I'll play Trippier over Cash. And Saka over Watkins. I'm predicted 1 more point. I just like Watkins for this fixture, so I think it is someone I'll roll with. Looking at the points, I might not play Cash. I don't know. I've got an inclined decision where playing Matty Cash could be a big payoff, but I suppose I'm playing Watkins. It's an iffy one. This will probably be the team I'm going to end up running. Obviously, I might still keep Haaland in there and not put Kane in. I am still debating as well whether, because I got 2.8, that it's actually worth me doing Botman here to Chilwell. I don't know Trippier would outscore Trippier, but I don't think he does. So I think that's a bit of a weird decision as well. I don't mind Castagna either. I'll show you the reason why I've gone by the way, March's creativity, his actual creativity stat, is better than both of Matoma's and McAllister's. Matoma just seems a really good threat at the minute, and McAllister's on penalties, so. And because Matoma's the highest owned, it'll be a dumb move not going with him. So that is generally why I've gone with Matoma. A lot of people are captaining Matoma. For me, Ivan Toney is the captain. I do want to touch on something real quick as well. A lot of people have been asking me on Twitter about the Leeds game and possibly things being suspended. There was a post earlier, it was a joke post, take the notice. The snow is cleared up today, it's all melted, all gone. Ellen Road is fully clear and there won't be any games being delayed tomorrow at all. And the snow that was forecast tomorrow now is forecast not to happen anyway. So there'll be no games suspended as far as I'm aware. So just keep the teams the way they are. Don't change anything just because of what some dumbass who don't have 2 clues what they're saying on Twitter says. Because they haven't got a clue. This is a very interesting season that Rashford's on 153 points. That seems mad. That Rashford's 1 behind Salah and 10 behind Kane. Just shows you how well Rashford's been playing recently, doesn't it? I mean, I'm a Man United fan, so I'm going to be a tiny bit biased, let's say, but typically speaking, De Bruyne because of that Salah 21 pointer, De Bruyne's been massively outscored, which is mad. It's funny that Harrison's up there with 117 points as the top keeper, which is really mad. I mean, I wonder how many points Ray's on this season. Ray has to be up there at least 100. 1-9. It's because Alisson's obviously got a clean sheet when Ray hasn't, so he's had more points put him. I'm quite happy with this team though. Generally, I think this wildcard team is very, very good. Obviously, on my main team on FPL, I still have Haaland in. I still have Haaland here, but Haaland will most likely go to Kane today, unless I decide to chicken out last minute. He should be for Kane. I'll be up tomorrow early anyway, so I'll get that done. So I'll get up very early for gym, and then I'll sort the team out. Hence why we're doing the deadline stream today, pretty much. This is pretty much what my team will look like locked in. The only move I can't guarantee is, mind you, I can near enough guarantee I'll bring Kane in. Kane I do back. The only reason I back Kane is because when you go to 28, right, with let's put my players on, hold on, let me put my players on. Let's put all the players on for game week 28. Right, with Kane, it goes up to 50 points, right, so he's predicted like 6. With Haaland instead of Kane, it goes down to 44. So it seems more statistical wise to go with Kane, as Kane should outscore Haaland in both the weeks, Nottingham Forest and Southampton. Spurs at home, I could see him getting 2 goals and getting a brace there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got an absolute massive brace versus Southampton, considering their defence is very poor. And I know Crystal Palace is a really bad defence and it's scary, but do I actually generally back Haaland to go and get a hat-trick versus Crystal Palace this week? No. I think if he gets 13 points, let's say 2 goals, I'd be fine with that, because I reckon Kane returns a goal at least each game, minimum a goal. So, and then I'd have him for 29 over Haaland versus Everton, and Haaland versus got Liverpool. So, statistically speaking, Kane is the better option long term. And it might just be a case of taking Haaland out and losing out on 0.3 and just having to pay essentially 5 points to bring him back in, obviously because of Kane. But essentially it's cost me 0.3 I've lost out on because I've got 2 points back. So I see it as a worthy move, but obviously I am losing out money. But is that 0.3 money I'm losing out on going to be worth an extra 20 points, let's say? I could see it being worth an extra 20 points. So I do not think it's a bad decision at all. Just considering the fact I'll have him for the blank. And obviously some people in my mini league are going to very struggle with that blank. And I just know that the fact that Rashford blanks, you know, Haaland blanks, Shaw blank for him, yeah. The fact people are miles points behind me as well, and I got the wild card for double weeks, I just don't see it really as a risk. I could probably get caught up like 10 points in my mini league, but then Kane could score 10 anyway. And then because I've got Tony captain and playing Watkins obviously and stuff like that, I don't really see it as a bad pick at all. And then game week 29, this is when I bench boost. I will. It's 134 there with Tony captain. Tony will not be the captain. My captain will either be Rashford, Matoma, or Salah. But I think the Rashford captain I'm probably looking at right now is Mo Salah. Possibly, and probably over him, Matoma, Rashford. But this game week is ridiculous with 133 points predicted. Now, I'm assuming if I play, I don't know what it's going to be like if I captain Rashford over Salah, 134. And if I captain Watkins, it's probably going to go down. Put Matoma on for Rico Henry a sec. And then I think Matoma probably brings it up to a pretty decent amount. Well, 132. Yeah, so Probably going to be Rashford's my captain that week. Because Newcastle and Brentford, you know, I back Rashford. And obviously, I'm going to have to play the Newcastle players anyway. Because I reckon they'll get a clean sheet versus West Ham, it's not bad. I reckon Cash gets a clean sheet versus Leicester. Might get a clean sheet versus Chelsea. I wouldn't put him past him to get a clean sheet versus Chelsea Villa. If Chelsea don't play very good. And I wouldn't put it past Watkins to score in both those games either. And considering he's on penalties, it's just even better. Brentford, I'd still have double Brentford unless I transfer one out. Obviously, I'll have 13 players double. I probably will be a case of going Saka to Bruno Fernandes, as that boosts me a lot. And I'd still have the money for that move after bringing Haaland in. So it might just be a case of doing that. And then getting Rico Henry out. A Stupin out the week after that. Or we're keeping him. I like keeping him dependent, to be honest. But with Brighton's fixtures, these three are benchable. Rashford, Bruno, capable of playing him every week. Salah, I can play weekly. Tony, he will go down to someone and maybe I'll up the midfield again. But Tony, later on, he's probably just going to go down to Ings. Watkins will go down to another striker. Probably just going to be either a punt or I'll go and try and get a Jesus in, possibly. Maybe do Tony down to Ings and bring Watkins to Jesus when Jesus is fit. And then I've got the Arsenal attacker. Obviously, I don't mind bringing Saka back in as well at some point for Salah. And obviously upping my striker force again. And maybe having Kane as well as Haaland. But that would be the plan, is to do that week. I mean, I wouldn't even mind taking a cheeky punt and captaining Bruno Fernandes in game week 29. I would not mind taking that punt, considering Bruno Fernandes I think is class. And the fact that team will get like that prediction points 29 is mad. And obviously that's just a case of doing Saka to Bruno Fernandes. That's nothing even special. Which is why I don't know if I don't mind keeping Haaland. I just don't know. I don't think Haaland really predicted to score more than Kane, is he? Oh yeah, technically he is, and he's got Liverpool. I won't put it past him to score a load of goals. It's whether it's worth losing that 0.5 money for like 5 more points for Kane. It's whether that 0.4, let's say, in the bank, there you go, 0.4 would be more useful. It is a tough one. But because I'm mark on in 27, 28, 0, obviously free transfers. Oh yeah, why does it put me on 0 out of 1? I'm sure you don't get a free transfer after you arc. No, you don't. So I'd have one free transfer this week, which would just be obviously doing Bruno Fernandes in for Saka, which I really don't see that as a bad move at all. Yeah, no, I don't see that as a bad move. I think Bruno Fernandes is class, and I think the fact I could get 143 points here in 1 week is mad. That bench boost just seems phenomenal. I might captain Rashford. Obviously, it will probably be between Salah, Rashford, Fernandes, and you can't rule Haaland out still. But he probably would no near like he'd be my captain. And I do fancy Matoma as well. I don't think Matoma's a bad pick. I wouldn't go Tony that week. I wouldn't go Watkins. I would not be probably going Haaland for me. He's still in there though, obviously, because it's Haaland. I wouldn't go McAllister. Yeah, I think either Bruno Fernandes, Salah, or Rashford would probably be my picks for that week. And that's game week 29, that is, baby. That's 143 points in the smacking bag. Easy peasy. Obviously, it's just Rashford's fixtures I favour more than Salah, but I know that Salah's got a good attacking threat, so if he can return versus Chelsea and City, then that would be lovely. And I think, if I've got Kane instead of Haaland, I'm going to be rooting for Liverpool more to score and Haaland to blank, which is nice. And then obviously, the plan would be if I had Kane, Right, and I'd lost out on money. I'd go to game week 30. And I'd just do a simple solution of going Kane to Haaland. And I would have 0 money in the bank. But I'd have enough. And then if I captained Haaland and I play, I'm quite happy actually with that team, because I actually do not mind playing Matoma versus Tottenham. Ward's got Bournemouth, so I'd bring Danny Ward on. As daft as it sounds. And I might even... I'd be fine with that, I think. I don't actually mind. I know I've got a striker there, but I don't think I'd mind. The safer solution probably would be playing a Stupen and Matoma and playing one Newcastle defender in Trippier. But I don't mind that game week 30 team either. And then game week 31, we roll into 31. We've got Botman versus Villa, Wolves obviously, so you could play boom. You've got 2 wing backs in Trippier and Cash and whatnot. You obviously, I wouldn't even mind taking a punt on captaining Marcus Rashford here versus Nottingham Forest. But you probably got to captain Haaland. Raya's got Wolves like I said, so you'll play him. Stupinan, I don't really want to have triple Brentford that week. And then I'd probably just vice captain Rashford. And then I've got a transfer anyway. So my transfer would probably just be doing Matty Cash out. I don't really, I won't really have enough to do that either. Let's say not Matty Cash out. This is game week 31, isn't it? Yeah. So this is probably what. This is when I'd make my move of doing U8 for Danny Ings. Game week 31. Wait, has Ings got? Which week has Ings got Bournemouth? Sorry, I'll do Ings out next week. So I still keep Watkins for this week. God, I'm losing it. I'll still keep Watkins for this week. I hold the free transfer, run the team, see how it plays out. It should be right, to be honest. Clean sheet, maybe clean sheet, probably return. Should get big returns in the middle, good returns hopefully up front. I'll be quite happy to run that. And obviously, if you're injured, I can just run triple or double. So that's not a big deal. And then game week 32. This is where you bring in Danny Ings. And you'd have 2 free transfers as well. So you bring in Danny Ings. And I'd also probably do Henry too. And Gabriel or Zinchenko. I'd probably be bringing in Zinchenko. And then obviously it's just a tough week in general this week. In fact, I'm probably keeping Henry in actually. I'll probably be doing Botman to Gabriel or Zinchenko that week. But this is game week 30, bro. But then if I did Gabriel to Zinchenko and Watkins to Ings, 32, sorry. 33. Obviously, Ings has got Liverpool, so Ings will be benched. Tony's got Chelsea. I'll be tripling up on them. Cash can easily play there as Fulham. And obviously Ings has got Liverpool. But then Ings obviously doubles 34, so this week I'll probably captain either, probably even captain Salah to be honest, or captain Matoma. And I've still got Bruno Fernandes holded for 33. 34. We've got 2 transfers. So we've got a transfer this week, but I'd be happy enough with the team. And the 34, we'd have 2 transfers. This is kind of the week where Gabriel gets benched. If you want to play Tony versus Nottingham Forest, so you prefer, you should probably just bench Ings. You'd be benching Matty Cash. And then you'd have a really good lineup again. And obviously you'd be captain in Haaland. And as well as you'd have Nottingham Forest and all these good fixtures here still. And you've still got 2 transfers in the bag now. But this is probably the point where you transfer someone out. This is where you bring in someone new. So you'd probably, I'd say, considering Brighton double as well. Actually, I keep forgetting Brighton double this week, so you're probably going to captain Matoma. I think actually no, City double as well, yeah. This is probably going to be the week where you move someone out. Ings doubles 34. I keep forgetting Ings doubles 34. Tony doesn't double 34. So this would probably be a case of benching either Bruno Fernandes or Rashford. Just as, but you don't really want to bench one of those either, so you probably bench Salah versus Tottenham. But I suppose actually you could have got. This is a problem there with game week 34. We are hello boys. Anyone who's just joined, we're just going through all the game weeks of how the team's going to run. We game week 34. I'll go all the way back. Look, so basically, okay, so game week 27. This will be the team. We have 2.8 in the bank, and we're going to run through. Game week 28. We're running. I've got Tony captain there, but it'll probably be Harry Kane captain. Probably run Harry Kane or Watkins captain, and we got 50 points predicted for that week. Game week 29, we've still got Kane. We have got the bench boost activated, and we will be captaining Matoma or Rashford. I think I'll probably go for Rashford for this week. Game week 30, it's Haaland captain. We're predicted 66 points, and we made 1 transfer. Sorry, 1 transfer. We've got 1 transfer in the bag. Game week 31, we have 2 transfers in the bag. It's not bad. Actually, I'm lying. We did Botman. Sorry, we did Botman to Gabriel this week, and we played. Was it this week we did? No, no we didn't. No we didn't. It was next week we did Botman to Gabriel. I think so anyway. It was a week after. I think we did Botman to Gabriel. No, we did. Was it Henry we did to Gabriel last week? We did someone anyway in. And then obviously, game week 31, it's fine. Game week 32, we've used 1 to bring in Danny Ings. And this is where we would do Gabriel in, because he got Southampton. Game week 33, we would be benching really anyone. It's not a really great week. Probably captain Salah versus West Ham, I'll be quite happy with that. And then we'll bench Gabriel for Tony. And we will probably play Ward over Raya. Game week 34. We're definitely playing Raya. And I think the reason behind benching Salah this week, it would be a case of either benching Salah or Bruno Fernandes. I think with Salah having Tottenham, it really is going to depend who shines more, obviously later on, but I probably would either play Salah here, or I could play McAllister then play Salah. But if McAllister doubles in 34, which he should, I'm not going to want to do that. Ings doubles in 34, Tony doesn't, so I could, I suppose, play Salah, and Tony probably will be out by then because of the ban. So Tony will be probably transferred out by then anyway to someone lower down. So Salah probably will be one playing. I'll have a bench striker, and then we'll run this team. And then game week 35, we predicted 66. But once we actually bring in all the players we're going to want on, I don't actually mind McAllister versus Everton, but I think I do not mind having Salah on. This would probably be the week where we'd bench, obviously. We'd be benching Ings, and we will probably just sell Tony for Brennan Johnson, as Brennan Johnson has Southampton for 35. Again, game week 36, obviously Ings has Brentford. Probably don't mind playing him that week. Or we will go Ings up to someone. And then Gabriel will probably... So it'll probably be a case of actually playing Brennan Johnson over McAllister. So we've got 2.3 in the bank, so cash will be coming out for a defender who's playing a decent fixture. Who's Van Dijk? Got Leicester. So this is probably where we're bringing a Liverpool defender, as they're playing Leicester. This time I don't mind for Raya for save points. I don't want to play Henry. So my other transfer, I'll probably be a case of getting Henry out, bringing in... Actually, I don't mind bringing in Shaw, and then having... And then probably just bringing in a Chelsea defender. Maybe the likes of James. As James does Forest. Then run Wolves instead of an Arsenal defender. So we've got Haaland captain as well. And we've got a midfielder playing for Brighton. That's a good week. Going to 37. We'll play McAllister over James. Probably will play an Arsenal defender over probably a Steepenan. Ward. Oh yeah, I was going to say we could play a Steepenan, but no. And then that's probably what the run we'll run that week. And then game 38, we're going to run probably Johnson instead of Ings. And then the last week we'll just bring in whoever's got a good week. So we'll probably just bring in someone who's got quite a nice week. So we'll probably bring in Alisson for the last week. Then we'd be on -2. And then we'll probably just bring James out for Botman or something. And that would be the game week 38 team. And it would be a case of me probably captaining Salah for the last week. I mean, I don't mind benching McAllister because he's got Villa again, and running obviously Ings, Johnson, Haaland, Southampton for Salah, Fernandes, Rashford, Matoma, Steepenan, Shaw, Gabriel. It probably will be a case of captain Haaland, but I do not mind a captain for Salah against Southampton. And that would be the whole rundown of teams. So yeah, no, I hope you boys have enjoyed the stream, and I will see you boys in a bit. Peace.